Multi-sectoral groups launched the Philippine Truth Commission to investigate and document drug war killings in the country. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s third visit to Japan tackles the global oil supply and price crisis the Philippines is facing. Environmental groups hit the cutting of trees along Manila's Quirino Avenue for a toll road project. Tehran says the United States violated the ceasefire after US strikes on southern Iran. And Olympic champion Hidilyn Diaz's dream turns into reality as weightlifting becomes a regular sport in the 2026 Palarong Pambansa. Multi-sectoral groups launched the Philippine Truth Commission to investigate and document drug war killings in the country. The Philippine Truth and Reconciliation Commission is civilian-led and independent from the Philippine government. This comes nearly 10 years after former President Rodrigo Duterte launched his war on drugs that killed nearly 30,000 people. Cardinal Pablo Virgilio Ambo David sits as the commission's advisor, while former International Criminal Court Judge Raul Pangalangan was named the body's chairperson. The former judge will be joined by the following experts as commissioners. The commissioners will approve policies and standards, organize hearings, and adopt findings and reports, authorize referrals and recommendations to concerned agencies and bodies. But David clarifies the commission is not meant to replace the ICC nor the local courts as avenues to seek justice.
Ang Truth Commission naman ay naghahanap ng mas malalim na katotohanan, pakikinig sa mga biktima, pamilya, survivors, at maging sa iba pang may kinalaman sa karahasang ito upang maunawaan kung ano ang nangyari, bakit ito nangyari, at paano natin mapipigilan na maulit ito.
It will conduct public truth hearings where witnesses will share their experiences.
To establish the truth, we will hear from the victims themselves. Direct testimony from the victims. We will hold hearings. This will be public in character, and we hope you can be there to witness their testimony and share it with the public.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s third visit to Japan focuses on the global oil supply and price crisis the country is facing. The rare state visit aims to push the Philippines' security, economic, and geopolitical agenda through bilateral ties.
This state visit to Japan is essential amid an increasingly challenging and evolving global environment.
Marcos will meet with Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae along with Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako. The two countries are expected to announce several agreements, including the start of negotiations for a General Security of Military Information Agreement. This is similar to what Manila already has with the US. The heads of state are also expected to hash out details of how Japan can assist the Philippines in becoming more energy resilient. Environmental groups hit the cutting of mature trees along Manila's Quirino Avenue for a toll road project, despite the government's assurance it will comply with environmental regulations. The Department of Environment and Natural Resources clarifies the Southern Access Link Expressway Corporation has the necessary permit to cut trees along the avenue to make way for its Southern Access Link Expressway. But the concerned groups warned the loss of urban trees would worsen heat and flooding. The Philippine Association of Landscape Architects says regulatory compliance does not automatically equate to ecological sustainability. The Environment Department says the project proponent is required to plant 50,700 replacement seedlings in Manila. But the groups remain unconvinced, noting the loss of the ecosystem provided by mature trees. Caritas Philippines calls the tree cutting an act of ecological violence and a direct assault on the poor. The DENR claims San Miguel Corporation, the developer of the toll road project, volunteered to stop cutting more trees in Manila. Tehran says the US violated the ceasefire after it conducted defensive strikes in southern Iran. The US struck the Hormozgan province where Iranian media reported sounds of explosions Tuesday, May 26. Iran's foreign ministry says this is a gross violation of a tenuous ceasefire in place for nearly 7 weeks. Both sides indicate progress on a memorandum of understanding that could halt the war and restart shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that negotiating a deal to halt the conflict could take a few days. Rubio also affirms the strategic waterway had to be open one way or the other. Olympic champion Hidilyn Diaz's dream turns into reality as weightlifting becomes a regular sport in the 2026 Palarong Pambansa in Agusan del Sur.
Pangarap lang to dati. Nagpo-post lang ako sa social media dati na sana may include ng weightlifting sa Palarong Pambansa. Ito ngayon, naging realidad na.
Diaz had pushed for the sport's return as a demonstration event during the 2025 Ilocos Norte edition where she served as tournament director. She returns to the same role this year and notes improvements in the competition, including a larger LED scoreboard replacing the single television monitor used last year.
And we're so happy to see that. At least na they appreciate the venue, they appreciate the setup.
And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the Rappler app.